There have been some troubling headlines in the last month about the VA's role in the opioid epidemic, especially in light of the events in Toma, Wisconsin, the VA there. Do you acknowledge that the VA may have played a role in the opioid crisis?
Well, I think the VA, dating years back, was much like what was happening across all of American healthcare, where pills were prescribed, in many cases inappropriately, overutilized.
Over-prescribing pain medication.
Over-prescribing pain medications.
It was happening in regular hospitals and in VA hospitals.
Absolutely. And I don't think that doctors at the time understood the consequences of those decisions. And they often didn't see what happened to their patients and their families after somebody became addicted. Since 2010, VA has taken this on as a major issue before it got attention across America. We started our opioid safety initiative then, and since then we've seen a 36% reduction in the use of opioids among veterans. I participated in the President's Commission on Opioid Use and Addiction, and I've come out of that convinced we can do more, and we're going to accelerate our efforts, and we're going to be more aggressive with the strategies that we're employing, because frankly, many of these patients that are addicted to opioids, it was preventable, and we have to be looking at doing this smarter and better, and that's a commitment that we have at the Department of Veteran Affairs.
I mean, can you now look? How many VA hospitals are you in charge of?
Well, we have 168 major medical centers and over 1,000 facilities.
So of those 168 VA facilities, could you order up a report on your desk, and could you see, hey, this VA right here is prescribing a lot of opiates? I mean, can you do that?
I absolutely can do that, and I do that. We can actually bring it down to the prescriber level. But last week I was in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, where they have a 4% opioid use rate, which is among the lowest in the country. I was in Cleveland, Ohio, where they have a 5% rate, among the lowest in the country. The average in the VA system's close to 15%, but there are some that are well above that. So that's how we target our efforts, and we can actually go and do interventions, both educational and administrative, to make sure that the use rate is appropriate.
So I know you've talked about transparency. As a journalist, could I go and see which hospital or facility has the largest prescribing rate of opiates in the country?
We haven't yet posted that publicly, but I think that it's something that we could consider doing. And we try to use transparency where it would actually be helpful in helping patients make better decisions, and I think that that's a reasonable suggestion.